Every place you walk into, a temple, a battlefield, a bedroom, carries memory. Not mental memory, but energetic memory. Yogic science calls it Bhuta Shakti, the elemental force that holds impressions of whatever has occurred there. If immense joy has happened in a space, you will feel ease there. If tragedy or violence has unfolded, the air will be thick. Life, like grief, turned tangible. You don't need eyes to see it. Your body is already reading it silently. Now, most people move through such energies unconsciously. They react, they absorb, and they carry those vibrations with them. But a yogi, a conscious being, doesn't get influenced by space. They influence it. When we say haunted, we imagine ghosts, shadows, or spirits trapped between worlds. But in the yogic view, there's no such thing as haunting. There's only residual life energy that has lost its body, yet not dissolved completely. Sadhguru once said, when a person dies without full awareness, a small residue of their pranic energy remains tethered to places or people they were attached to. These residues, these fragments of life, can linger for decades, even centuries, depending on the intensity of their emotion and attachment. When someone enters such a space without awareness, these energies can disturb their own prana, causing restlessness, fear, or hallucinations. But when one enters consciously, something very different happens. A yogi never enters a space casually. Before stepping into any room, they first align their breath and awareness. They tune their inner vibration so powerfully that the external energy cannot overpower them. It's like carrying a flame into a storm. If your flame is strong, the wind bends before it. If it's weak, it goes out instantly. When you enter a haunted space consciously, you don't absorb its residue. You illuminate it. Just your awareness acts like sunlight on fog. The energy begins to dissolve. That's why certain realized beings could even meditate in graveyards, not because they were fearless thrill seekers, but because death, decay, and darkness had no influence on their stillness. Fear isn't the space, it's in you. The space only amplifies what you carry. When you are unconscious, your energy field is open, leaking. Every external vibration can enter and manipulate it. That's why people suddenly feel dizzy, cold, or nauseous in certain places. It's not the ghost, it's your system reacting to dissonance. But when awareness is high, you become like a sealed lamp, radiating your own frequency so intensely that nothing penetrates. In such a state, even if the place holds heavy energy, it simply harmonizes with you. That's what entering consciously means. You don't battle the unseen, you absorb it into your stillness. In ancient India, before entering temples or holy spaces, people performed Bhuta Shuddhi, purification of the five elements. Sadhguru explains that this practice clears your system of external energies and aligns you with the earth's natural geometry. If one were to enter a haunted space, After such purification, the residual entities simply recognize a higher order of vibration and retreat. There's no fight, no drama, just an energy recognizing something beyond its own density. That's why certain yogis even deliberately entered cremation grounds or sites of death, not to challenge fear, but to learn mastery over the elements that hold it. There's a story from the south of India. A yogi used to meditate in burial grounds every night. Villagers said the place was haunted. People who went there at night fell sick or insane. But when this yogi sat in deep meditation, the very energies that terrified others began circling him, not as threats, but as servants. It said that his stillness was so profound, even disembodied beings longed to be near him, because through his awareness they could find release. When he left his body, the haunting stopped forever. The space was cleansed, not by rituals, but by presence. If you ever walk into a space and sense something, don't panic. First, become still. Feel your breath. Expand your awareness. Understand that you are not separate from the space. You are the space. A conscious human being doesn't fear energy. They become the source of it. That's why Sadhguru says, a realized being is like a sun. No darkness can ever invade them. The moment they enter, shadows vanish. So the next time you feel that heaviness in a room, remember, it's not the room. It's your awareness being invited to rise. Haunted spaces are not evil. They are just unfinished stories. And when a conscious being walks in, those stories find closure. Awareness is the ultimate exorcism. So, what happens when you enter a haunted space consciously? The same thing that happens when light enters darkness. There is no battle, just disappearance. Your consciousness doesn't fight with fear, it consumes it. Because where awareness shines, nothing unconscious can survive. Your consciousness is the only sacred fire that burns the unseen. Never forget that. If this video shifted how you look at fear, energy, or haunted places, share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And if you wish to go deeper into such hidden dimensions of life through Sadhguru's wisdom and ancient yogic sciences, subscribe, share, and stay conscious.